guys, it's Jennifer and I'm coming to ya barefaced and funky hair. And I wanted to share with you guys some of my picks for e.l.f. Cosmetics, e.l.f. Cosmetics essentials. If you are just starting to get into makeup, or you're just learning about the e.l.f. brand, these are some things that are, in my personal opinion, they are like key to owning. These are like the first things that I started using. Okay, so e.l.f. stands for Eyes, Lips, and Face, if you did not already know. So we're going to go through and talk about those particular things in order: eyes, lips, and face. So first off, we're going to go with eyes. Really, I only have a couple of what I call essentials that are their eye products. And first off is their eye primer. Their eye primer is really good, guys. I just started using this, actually, to be honest, and I have not used anything as good, to be perfectly honest. This makes my eye makeup not crease, and it makes it last for a really long time, so I definitely suggest this. Okay, next up I have their Volumizing and Defining Mascara. Now this stuff is a little dirty because I use it almost every day of my life. And I love this mascara, to be honest. This stuff is really good. It's, I mean, it's just really, it's a standard mascara, but it really lengthens your lashes a whole lot more than some others. Now, I'm going to say this is not as good as my CoverGirl Lash Blast, which is my absolute favorite mascara ever. But it's definitely up there on the list. And if you, like I said, just starting out with e.l.f. products and you want to start trying their stuff, this is definitely a mascara to try. And their eyes, I'm not really going to give too deep into them, but their eye brushes are really, really good. I mean, they're just phenomenal. I love every one of them. This is just a regular eyeshadow brush, and these two are just a couple of blending brushes. But, these are really good brushes. They don't shed. So I haven't had any experience with them shedding. They've held up already through, 2 or 3 washes. And the thing is with these is that they're inexpensive enough. This particular, the white, are $1 to $2 a piece. And so even if they do break or shed, you know what? Who cares? You can always go and buy a new one. I mean, I'm sorry, $1 is not too much to spend on a makeup brush. Just my opinion. Okay, so that is it for the eyes. Now we're going to move on to lips. And for lips, really, I only have one product that I really love for lips. I'm not a huge fan of their matte sticks, to be perfectly honest. I've tried to, but I really haven't, really loved them. But this is their Moisturizing Lipstick. And first of all, if you pull it off the bottom, if it'll come off for me. They have on the bottom little, like, glosses or little lipstick things, and it's really cool. So yeah, I love that about this. But these lipsticks, they are super moisturizing, and I have never personally used a lipstick from MAC, but I have a couple of friends who have both MAC lipsticks and e.l.f. lipsticks, and they say that the formula is very, very, very comparable to that of the MAC lipstick lines. So, I mean, that's saying something for, I think I paid like $2 or $3 for this, compared to, 20 bucks for a MAC lipstick. Okay, so next we're moving on to the face. Their foundations, really, I've only had experience with one of their foundations, and that is the BB cream, and to be honest, I don't love it. I have not tried any of the other ones. I've heard the acne foundation, clarifying, I don't know, the one for acne prone skin is really good, and there's another one that I've heard is really good, so I'm going to get those and try those, and those may make it on the list. But I do have for you my favorite concealer. Actually, I have 2 favorite concealers. One of them is missing at the moment, and I'm so sad, and that is the Highlight and Conceal. And I use that in a shade lighter than I would normally use because that is my under eye highlighter that I use, and it's fabulous. This is just your plain old stick e.l.f. concealer, and this, guys, is the bomb. I love it so much. I I'm going to show you. I'm not wearing makeup today because I'm kind of giving my skin a little break. But my under eye area, if you see, I've got, it like starts off kind of light, but then it goes deeper, deeper purple. And then right in here, it goes red. And nothing covers that up. And this really comes close to covering the whole thing up. And I just love it. And it doesn't sit in my lines. So it's really fabulous. Okay, next on the list, we've got couple of powders I'm going to tell you guys about. This is their tone correcting powder, and this is in Cool, but I love this and I use this every single day. And the way that you would use this is you would take your brush. This is their total face brush. My dog's been laying on my brush. This is their total face brush, and what you're going to do is you're going to just swirl it in the whole palette and then brush it all over your face. Just like that. And it just, I don't know, to me, it just brightens my face up just a little bit, just kind of gives it a little bit of, just brightens everything up. And I've used this so much that it really, in the middle, I'm almost a pan, I can tell. And I'm almost excited to get to pan in this because I don't get to pan very often in things. But, and I suppose if you really wanted to, if you had some really concerning areas, you could probably like use your finger or a smaller brush and dab into each individual color. But that's not really what it's intended to be used for. It's intended to be used like all together, to be swirled around and used all over the face. Next is their high definition powder. Now, I really love this stuff. This is something that I've read the reviews, and really there are a lot of mixed reviews on it. People either love it or hate it. And I love it. And what it is just, whoops, it's just a white translucent powder. And, you know, again, you would just, you know, you just dip your brush in it like that, and you just brush it all over your face. Like so. And, I mean, it just, I mean, to me it sets everything really well. And I really like it a lot. It's very soft. It's a very fine texture. It's not overly gritty. And I don't know, I love what it does. It just kind of gives everything just like this beautiful matte finish. And I mean, I also use it when I'm setting things under my eyes. I use it for setting stuff. I don't bake a whole lot, but when I do, I actually use this to bake with, and it does really, really well for that, for me. So speaking of brushes, these are their, I mean, any of their facial brushes, you can just go and buy any of them and use any of them because they're all fabulous. But this is the Total Face brush. And it's like this huge fluffy powder brush. This is their, I think this is the Perfect Blending brush. This is the Studio line, and the Studio line is always going to be a little bit higher than their white line, which is, they have like the regular e.l.f. and then they have like a professional line now that's a little more, but these are the more higher end things. But this brush, I think I paid like $3 for it. So, but this one I use for everything from contouring to blending stuff out, to bronzing and blush and everything. So I use this brush every day of my life, always. Okay, so let's move on to cheeks. I've got a few things for the cheeks. First, this is the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip. And I actually only found out about this recently. And this is the Pink Lemonade, and I also have the Lavender Field, Lilac Field, whatever. Which you would think would be purple, but it's actually more of a peach. This stuff I love to use as a cream blush on days that I'm doing like a no makeup look. I just dab it right here along my cheekbone and blend it in really nicely, and it's got just a hint of a shimmer to it. I'll show you what it does. It's, what's on there? Oh, that's the lipstick. Okay, it's got just a little hint of a shimmer to it. But it's really pretty, and obviously I'm not going to use that much on my cheeks, but it's really pretty, and it actually blends out really, really well. And it's like a beautiful highlighter, or you can also put it on your lips too, and you know, or you can also use it as a eyeshadow base. And it just, I love the color. I think it's so pretty, and it doesn't hurt that it smells really good. Next is the e.l.f. blush palette, and honestly, I gotta tell you guys, if you never buy individual blushes from e.l.f., you'll be okay if you just buy this, if you just use this. Because this has got, number one, a huge selection of colors to choose from. These three right here are matte, and this one right here is your shimmer. And first of all, these things are uber pigmented. And check that out. They are so pigmented, but they're really buttery. And I love that this shimmer one, I mean, it's shimmery, but it's not like overly glittery. But one of the interesting things is I recently started using this peach one. I wasn't going to use it because I was like, that won't look good on me. But it is fabulous, and it has become my holy grail blush. And speaking of blush, this I actually use more as a highlighter than a blush. This is just the straight up e.l.f. blush. I think this was like $2. Oh, by the way, this compact right here is $6. And this is the e.l.f. blush in blushing, and I actually have two of these. I have blushing, and then I have one more that I can't remember the name of it right now. But I use this actually more as a highlighter than as a blush, because it's just very, like, you can see. Let me see if I can put it on another spot. You can see it better. There you go. I mean, it's very shimmery. It's very highlighty. Very, I mean, it's just really pretty. And again, obviously I wouldn't put that much on, but I just put just a little hint of it right here on my cheekbone, and it just kind of brightens up the whole face, and it's just a really pretty color. And last on the, well, no, it's not last, but it's almost last. This is the contour palette. And let me tell you guys, if you are just learning how to contour, I totally recommend checking this one out, because this one is every bit as good as the higher end contour palettes. Let me tell you that. This is, I'm just going to swatch a couple of these right here. That is the two contour shades right here. That's the bronze, and that's the, so this is the warm tone, and that's the cool tone. And if you are warm tone, you're going to use the warm bronzer to contour with, and if you're cool tone, you're going to use the cool tone bronzer right here. And then it's got two highlight shades. This is kind of a banana highlight, which is great for setting under the eyes. And this is a actual true highlight. It's a shimmer highlight. Let's see if you can see that on here. I don't know. I mean, me, for the highlight is not my favorite because it doesn't really show up too well on me, but I do love this yellow powder for setting with. And then the last thing on my list for the e.l.f. essentials, my e.l.f. essentials, my picks, is the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And I'm not a huge setting spray person. I don't really care too much about setting spray. But this stuff I love for two reasons. Number one, it really does help my makeup last longer. But number two, in the summertime, you can stick this in the fridge, and whenever you get really hot, you just go and be just like instantly refreshed and all zen and everything. It's awesome. But this stuff, they have two other varieties. They have an illuminating and a matte. And my understanding is neither of those, I mean, they're okay, but they're not as good as the original. So, I will give those, I'm going to get those and give them a try out too. But this one, I love it. It's got aloe, green tea, cucumber, and vitamins A, C, and E. And so it's not just a setting spray, but I also use this under makeup too as kind of like a primer mist and stuff like that too, because it's really good. It's just really good, and it feels good on your skin. So all right guys, that is it for my e.l.f. essentials. All in all, if I was to add up everything that's sitting right there, I'd say that's probably less than $50 for all of that. And so for me, being on a budget, doing beauty on a budget, that is really important to me, is not spending a whole lot of money on makeup. You know, eventually maybe I'll be able to afford things like Urban Decay and Benefit and Tom Ford and all those. But until then, I get to play with e.l.f., which is every bit as good as the higher end products. So, alright guys, that is it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And let me know what you'd like to see. I think I'm going to start doing some interesting just like vlogging on being a homeschool mom. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Anyway guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we will see you guys later. Hasta luego. Bye. It smells like Tricks or Fruity Pebbles. I want to lick my hand. God, it smells good. This one's a little dirty. Can you see the poof of... poof. Anyway. The door is locked. Please go away. I love this brush so much. It's so fun. And my dog is back here chewing on himself. Hey!